Would I be the arsehole to not let my best friend of many years move after she, boyfriend, and 4 kids get evicted? My BFF lives with her boyfriend and her 4 kids 20F, 17 meters, 13F, and 6 meters in a small 3-bedroom house. Her boyfriend is rather lazy and does the bare minimum, basically works 30 hours a week and sleeps or plays on his phone the rest of the time. Any home or car maintenance is usually done by myself or my husband. My BFF also works about 30 hours a week but does all the housework and childcare. They were both laid off during COVID and didn't pay any rent or put anything aside from stimulus money, rather they spent it on frivolous items. Well, once things started back getting normal again, they started paying rent but kind of ignored the 16 months they didn't pay. Again spending whatever extra they had on unnecessary stuff. Well, she recently got a letter of eviction giving her till the 15th of next month to vacate. Both my husband and myself have encouraged her to talk with landlord, seek help from family, talk with county, and even talk to legal aid. She has done none of this and instead decided to drink and bury her head in the sand. Now she has mentioned moving in with me and my family, husband, daughter 17, and son 13. As much as I'd love to help her, I just can't. I am a neat freak, she is not. My kids attend school regularly, hers miss a lot. My 17-year works a lot on top of school, her 20-year lays in bed all day doing nothing but smoking pot, legal here, and having guys over. Lastly, she has lots of pets, and I mean lots, 13 dogs and 14 cats. I have my own hobby farm, but they are well kept after and cleaned up after. Hers are not as much, and there is often messes around the house. So would I be the arsehole to leave her, her family, and her pets to be homeless? I have offered to go with her to talk to organizations, but again she is just ignoring it all. Wow. Not the arsehole. It's hard to see a scenario where your BFF is not trying to take advantage of you. Her life seems to be a mess of her own making, and she's not doing anything to make her situation better except asking others for freebies. For better or worse, I commend you for sticking by your BFF for as long as you have. Not the arsehole. She is deeply irresponsible, and it shouldn't be you who deals with those consequences. She has options, she's just choosing the easiest one for her. Even just the humans moving in would be insane, and I wanna bet you'd end up doing the chores along with your husband, without help from anyone else. Also, 13 dogs and 14 cats in a small apartment? WTF? That's insane. You can't let this person encroach in your life any more than she already has. Her suggestion to move in with you under this circumstances when it's not even the last resort is selfish. Not the asshole. She sounds like a cancer you need to cut out of your life. 13 dogs and 14 cats is also animal abuse. She needs to have those taken away even if she isn't evicted. Edit. Also, when you tell her no, please say no, don't get walked over, don't say it is because your husband said no. Tell her she is a train wreck and you aren't willing to get tangled up in it. Anything less than that and you are doing her no favors. If you let this woman with her family and menagerie 27 animals into your house, she will make your place a pigsty, corrupt your children, bankrupt you and cause you to be evicted or foreclosed on. Not the asshole. Taking in 6 additional people isn't the solution. Their poor decisions aren't going to change their circumstances, it just brings your entire family into their mess. You aren't leaving them to be homeless. This is the direct result of their own decisions and no one ever likes the consequences. Not the asshole. You have helped her, you provided resources and options she did have. You may not move in with me. Your options are to talk to these organizations and or your landlord or vacate the premises, but you cannot move in with my family. Also, for having that many pets is likely against her lease, and if the landlord found out, could be evicting her for that reason alone. Also, depending on local jurisdiction, could be against local code as well without some kind of license. Not the asshole. You need to learn the mantra not my circus, not my monkeys. It's none of your concern, it's all on her and her BF and their poor planning, poor financials, just poor adulting in general. You don't have to take them in, and contrary to what she thinks, that would be a disaster for everyone. You should also expect this to be the end of your friendship. She's going to blame you for everything when you say no, you can't move in here. Not the asshole who wants 6 extra people and 27 animals moving in with them. Nobody ever in the history of everything. Let her know that if she's expecting you to take her in that you aren't prepared to do that, but you can go and talk to legal aid with her. Not the asshole. I'd rather be the asswipe than have a friend what won't help herself. Not the asshole. You aren't leaving her homeless. She is. By doing nothing. Edited to add 13 dogs and 13 cats is crazy. I bet that rental is a wreck. She's not going to find anyone to let them in. You are not the asshole. Why would you let 6 people move in with you? From what you said, they've wasted their money and put themselves into this situation. Either of them can get a second job, everyone is hiring, and work hours and pay the landlord back. They'll eat all your food and not replace it. Don't do it. Not the asshole. Her living with you sounds like a recipe for disaster in all of the ways. There's no way you can accommodate her family, their pets and your own beyond the cleanliness. So, stand firm and let her know that she needs to take the steps to help herself because living with you is not an option. You can't help people who won't help themselves. I know it's hard, but it's true. If they can't afford life, they need to change their behavior. They seem to have no intention to do that. Don't let this mess near your kids. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It is not your job to house and feed 6 humans and 27 pets. Her BF oldest child did this to themselves. They need to work full-time and possibly get second jobs to get caught up. It was not just out of the blue they were evicted. They have known about the past due rent since missing the first payment. Next thing she will want you to board the pets. Double check with the county you live in. You may need a kennel license to have that number of dogs, cats. Protect yourself. There's that old saying, something along the lines, you can fix a broken car. You can fix a broken window. You can't fix stupid. At some point, the result of all her and her boyfriend's bad decisions fall solidly on her. I don't know if helping the 3 youngest school-aged children is an option or not. Not the asshole for having a shiny spine and drawing a boundary against the forces of chaos. Not the asshole. Do not let them move in. They are a complete mess, and once in you'll never get them out. Do they even try to get themselves back up? Do they have any plans on how long they intend to stay until they are good to go? I bet not, and that as soon as they will have a toe through the doorstep, they'll force their whole crew inside. I might not know them personally, but I know the type. Just do not unless you're ready to become their full-time caretakers and financial support. Lastly, she has lots of pets, and I mean lots, 13 dogs and 14 cats. Excuse me, what? How the hell are you supposed to deal with that menagerie? Not the asshole, but make sure to help her with calls to a humane society to help get those animals sorted out. Not the asshole. Not in any way, shape or form. If you let them move in, you will be stuck with them. And she's counting on that. She's counting on you giving in to let them move in for starters, and then figuring you would never kick out your BFF. Don't do it. 4 kids and 27 pets? WTF is her life. This would not help her but enabling her horrible decision-making and would make your life miserable. Not the asshole. Nata, they have 4 possible income earners in their household and choose to be irresponsible. It is not your problem to feel bad for not opening your home to a very horrible situation that will end up happening if you did. Your friend is a full-grown adult and needs to take responsibility for herself and her household. She's way too old to be acting so foolishly. Not the asshole, you're already carrying some of their responsibilities for them. Do not take on any more. Their destructive behavior patterns will bring down your house, too.